you guys get together with some other vinyl community people in Chicago and go on a record crawl or something, or a record
We
store crawl?
did. We had a good day. It was very nice.
Yes.
We met up with Logan from formerly Swellheads Network. He's now Murmur in Hell or Murmur from Hell.
Murmur from Hell, something like And then
he's
Vance.
a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. I've met Logan a couple of times. Vance from Zeppearl was with us. I've never met him. Great guy. And Richard from Calvin Wazoo. And yeah, we had a good time. We went to 3 record stores.
Yeah, that was and it was fairly new. Yeah, record stores that were open within like the last year, no longer than the 12 months.
Yeah, we wanted to hit like new stores that none of us had been to before. Do you want me to?
And I ended up buying a lot of records.
You bought a lot of records. Yeah. You were being restrained until we got to that third one.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what records did you buy?
What? We went to the first one. I don't remember the name of that first store. That little one that was in
Round Trip Records. Round Trip Records, yep.
And the owner was really, really nice. He was a very personable guy, very talkative, and he was great. And we just opened up.
I'm told you this bitch is getting drunk.
I'm getting drunk.
We went to that first store, and I didn't want to spend. I had a little bit of a budget in my head, which means nothing.
I was the same way. I bought just those 2 records there, and I was
I walked into the first store, and I ended up spending like $80. But they were blind buys, and I bought this. I know we're not supposed to show jazz on the vinyl Guncles, but this is one of my favorite record labels, International Anthem. They're from Chicago, and this is a blind buy. It was $40, and he had a lot of those.
A lot of that label.
He had a nice section.
There was a lot of that label,
and it's gorgeous. The packaging and the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. I did get to play it. I was nervous about buying this record because his name is Rob Mazurek. It's called the Exploding Star Orchestra, and it's got 15 people on this record playing flute and drums and bass and guitar, trumpets and all kinds of shit going on. And I was like, man, this is I don't know, but I did listen to it. I really like it. I really, really like it. It's got a girl named Jamie Branch who plays trumpet. She's from Chicago. I've talked about her on my channel a couple of times. She's really, really cool. And I really, really dig this. And I was really concerned that I would not like it. But he recommended it, and I said, yeah. So I bought that there. And then he also told me to pick up this, which is called I Am Beyond. I believe that's the name of the band, I Am Beyond. And it's Isaiah Collier and Michael, I'm going to butcher his last name. But
can't read that.
Not really I like some of it. It's a little too free jazz. It's basically just a drummer and a saxophone player. The drumming on here is spectacular. I mean, if you're a fan of drums, it's a really cool listen, but it gets a little too free jazz for me, which is not my thing. I'm enjoying it. I probably need to listen to it a few more times. I just picked it up yesterday. And then we went to the second record store, was like a death metal. What was the name of that place? Metro?
I don't remember, but yeah, I didn't buy anything there.
Yeah, it was a very metal specific, and it wasn't just metal because Vance is into metal.
They had black metal, they had death metal, they had all the categories. I mean,
like death metal, trance, like just
so it was really covered. But
trance.
There was
there were so many like subgenres of death metal in this restaurant, record store.
Record store, airport.
I'll drink more. But Logan told me to buy this, and it's a band called Goat. And Logan was like, I'm not sure why this band.
It's like it's got a pink triangle, and if the gay guy ought to like this, maybe I'll.
Oh my god! Do you think that's what he was thinking?
Probably.
No, but
I don't know. It's got a triangle.
I thought it was Bronski Beat, like the remastered Bronski Beat. Like, Small Town Boy. Did they do a cover?
No, they don't do a cover of it. It's pretty cool though. It's called Commune. It's a band called Goats. It's
Did you listen to it?
I did. At first, I didn't like it, but the further I got, I've only listened to it once. I didn't like the first, probably the first song. I was kind of turned off by her vocals. But as the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. The rest of the album I really liked. I didn't like the first song, but her vocals are kind of rough. I don't know, but I do enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And Richard, you're familiar with this band, right?
Right, but a much different album that it's their, I guess you call it eponymous because it's got no title. But
the inner.
But to me, yeah, that particular really cool psychedelic tribal kind of sound. Yeah. That's not what this is.
It's very psychedelic. It's very tribal. It's very tribal. Yeah, I like the music itself. Her vocals kind of wear on me, but I'm going to listen to it again and get a little more used to it. I'll probably.
It might be a different singer than because it's a commune. The musicians are all part of a commune, so it's going to be changing.
Yeah, maybe. But really interesting, and it was only $9. And then we went to third place, which was kind of a. How do you describe that place, Richard?
Well, I guess it was kind of it's supposed to be a pop-up.
Yeah.
But it also had this because the guy had records, but he also had all this other weirdness going on for sale. There was a lot of novelty type stuff, and also a lot of I think there were some posters and there was a kitschy feel to the store.
It had a Ripley's Believe It or Not vibe to it, kind of thing. But they also sold records. It was weird. Yeah, but he was also a really nice guy, and I picked up the Fugs first album. Everyone needs Fugs. Yeah, $12.
I don't know what a Fugs is.
Wow.
Yeah, $12.
Fug is what Norman Mailer had to use in the Naked and the Dead book instead of fuck.
Yeah, it's a great record, and it's in really good shape. I mean, the vinyl plays perfect. It's
you know that early Frank Zappa? He stole that from the Fugs. That's who the Fugs are.
Fuck you, Frank Zappa.
Not who I expected a response from, but okay.
And then the last thing I picked up was Frijid Pink. This great album. I've never owned this before. It's just Detroit blues rock. They do a spectacular version of House of the Rising Sun on here. It's really, really good. It's a rockin' version. It's more upbeat.
That's the one that most people know from them, I think, is the version of the House of Rising Sun.
I've never owned this record, and it was also $12. So, I picked it up. It's great. Love it.
Wow, that's great prices for that,
the last guy that we stopped in, he had some really good stuff. Vance got some really good things, too. He got My Morning Jacket, and I think Logan got some good deals, too, there. I think that's the store we probably spent the most money at.
What's it called?
That's the one I spent the most money at.
He was called Graveyard or Grave Face Records?
You see, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. We're doing a horrible job of promoting these people.
But it's on Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, it was on North Milwaukee in Chicago.
Yeah.
Just drive up and down North Milwaukee, you'll see it.
Right.
Is that Long Street?
Very, very close to.
Very long.
Yeah.
All the way to Milwaukee.
Right. Yes, Chicago to Milwaukee. There we go. The first store or the first shop we went to, it was small. It was a very small,
tiny,
tight store. All right. So they've got the bins around the outside, and in the middle is this they're boxes of just records. All right. So he's got a lot of inventory, but it's all cramped up in this, this little space. So I managed to go around the perimeter and go through everything. I never got a chance to go through the boxes, and my God, I don't know what's in there. But I got a couple stuff that are pretty much blind. One of them is not quite a blind buy, but this was a blind buy. All right. So 2 synths, a guitar, and a drum machine.
If you hadn't bought this, I would have bought it, by the way.
Yeah. This so it's like, this is intriguing. Okay. So beautiful. I mean, look at that freaking vinyl. That's just
Pretty.
gorgeous.
That's
Um,
pretty.
So I get it home and I played it that day, after we were all done, and I listened to it, and wow,
Really?
This is some really killer stuff. It is.
Awesome.
It's got the. I just don't know how to describe it. Some of it is really. There's a booklet. It comes with a booklet, and it talks about each of the individual artists, and what they're doing, and then it lists their influences. So you've got these people doing this very, like dance house type beats. But you're hearing, newer types of influences from bands that'll be listed from the influence. So you think, how do they even get connected to, like Jesus and Mary Chain? But because the sound is so different than what they're doing. But it's just a great blind buy.
I would have bought it if you didn't. And that other one that you were holding at the same time looked really interesting too. I think it was on the same label.
Oh yeah, the other one was jazz.
Yeah, it was a little more jazzy than electronic.
Right, but it's a series, and this is number one. So hell,
Right.
maybe I'll buy start going through the series.
Yeah, I just did a video about something like that, about a numbered series. Don't want to miss one.
I think I missed that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kenny. Gee.
This one was another one that was in there. This is from the Guru Brain record label. I've talked about them before. In this particular band, Kikagumoyo, this is psychedelic, psychedelic rock, and the label specializes in psychedelic bands from East Asia, so from Japan down to Thailand and Indonesia. And there's some really incredible stuff. Seriously, if you like real, psychedelic music that has fuzz and distortion, but also a really imaginative way that they're playing. Krungbin is pretty close to a lot of the material that you would hear on this particular label. So if you like Krungbin, you're gonna like pretty much anything that's on this label. So those were the only two at that first store. But then I lost control at the third store because there was nothing that I wanted in the
second.
At the death
store.
Metal store.
But I can't imagine that you guys didn't find anything
though,
at
No
the
Anacrusis.
The artwork on these records is it's amazing. Beautiful artwork. And I am known to buy records solely based on the cover art.
Artwork. Yeah,
me
too.
This was like, and I did. There was one that I thought maybe I asked the store owner if they could play some of it, and they did. Man, musically, this genre of music is absolutely amazing. The skill of the players, but it's the the vocals. I just it's
I agree. The artwork on that, all of those. I mean, I was going through bins. It's not my style of music at all. I mean, it's definitely not my wheelhouse. But some of that artwork on those death metal covers, I was blown away. There were a couple I wanted to buy just for the album cover, but I knew I would never listen to it.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Yeah,
Maybe
I don't know
you
how
would
that
have been
guy's.
surprised.
Yeah, well,
I mean, maybe you would have been like cutting your arms and like you're cutting yourself, and you're like snorting some shit. Like,
No, I was doing that, when with the Clash in '77. So I
just don't know. I don't know how that store is going to make it. He's so
it's very
specific.
niche. Yeah, that's all they have.
Very specific. I just don't see them.
But it's got a huge fan base. There's a lot of people who really like it, so that's great if they can succeed. But it is going to be tough. I mean, there's a lot of traffic on that street, but nobody stops there. So we went to the next store, the third one, and that's where I started dropping cash because there was a lot of stuff there that I want. And this was a blind buy, all right? So the artist is Juan Wauters,
JJ.
and and I bought this solely because of the cover. Cute shirtless guy in the corner.
Shirtless
there.
guy,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah, so and it was
Rock hard
cheap.
woman, literally.
Yeah, and the record was cheap, and man, when I listen, this is very quirky folk music, indie folk. So it's kind of like a sassy Donovan who is able to weave stream of consciousness stories the way Bob Dylan did in the early years. So I mean, this guy is effing talented. Oh my God, this was such a great blind buy. So
you were on the fence about that too. You were going
yeah,
back and forth.
I didn't know anything about it. The guy in the store didn't know anything about it. I couldn't log on to because there was no Wi-Fi signal at that store,
No,
so
terrible.
I couldn't check on anything. But damn, I am looking up. He was affiliated with, and I can't remember the name of the band now. A kind of a post-punk band. So this is like he's more well known for a harder rock, work that he's done. But it's all acoustic guitar and pretty much, and it's just like I say, quirky lyrics that are at the same time I'm at a loss for words. But like early Bob Dylan, another side of Bob Dylan, that particular album is that kind of
my favorite Bob Dylan album.
It's close
favorite, yeah.
It's close to,
and that, and the one that has that song that he mumbles on. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you like that one?
I love him so much. Like I could just die.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know Bob Dylan isn't for everybody.
No, he's
that
not.
voice, I can get it. That voice, I know a lot of people.
I get it.
Well, the
know,
voice has to go
like,
with the music. I was never a fan of like crooner Bob Dylan. I don't care about Bob Dylan's big brass bed. I mean, I want to hear him being sarcastic and a smartass, like in those 3 albums in the mid '60s. Not like lady.
And that's what this particular.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
Yeah, that's what that artist is like.
I got a boot on the bed. I got my sock on the door handle.
He's that other artist that I was talking about is very much like that era of bringing it all back home, and that particular era. Anyway, they had this Cabaret Voltaire, which was on
Nice.
my list.
Oh.
Super cool. This is aquamarine. Okay, so for people who couldn't find something for aquamarine for my contest that I did, this is aquamarine, which is it's kind of the aqua color of the ocean. Very cool record. I'm really liking the Cabaret Voltaire.
This place has great stuff. Yeah,
when I saw this, I grabbed that. So the Flag, Wire, just classic punk. It's just, and this is a reissue. I'm never gonna find an original. It sounds really good. I listened to it. I listened to all these the night that I got back. Pretty much. I want to be able to hear them. So this one I listened to today. Little Johnny Taylor.
Oh yeah, Little Johnny.
This I had to pick this up because I have a Johnny Taylor record from his later years, but the line "Little Johnny Taylor" from that Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I can't remember which song, but he makes that reference and says that little Johnny Taylor. It's got the old Galaxy stereo sticker on the cover. There it is. So
awesome.
So then it's on this. It's not an original pressing, but I guess in Discogs, it's the year that it was released, but it's like a later pressing. It's not the actual very first ones or whatever. So and it sounds great. I mean, as far as it's VG plus. That's what I'm talking about. And I was looking this up, and there was only one person had rated this record, and they gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And I'm like, what? This is a fiver for sure.
Well, you do have the lowest rated record so far on the album reviews. Just
wow.
saying.
Yeah. Wow. So I don't know what to do. Sometimes I don't know. Bill Withers. This is a great compilation.
Great.
I haven't opened it yet.
I would get that.
But it's like all the great songs of his.
Grandma's Hands is on there.
Yeah. Ain't No Sunshine.
Use Me? Is that on there?
Yeah, Use Me's on there.
Yeah. Especially after I saw that Apple TV special about 1971. That reminded me that I really need to get some Bill Withers in my collection, and that's just the perfect.
I'm going to get more beer.
If anybody's wondering, 23 is the number of times he says "I know" in "Ain't No Sunshine."
Why do you?
And somebody was asking about the Wallflowers on my rant earlier. The Wallflowers to me were okay. They were tolerable. They were decent, and that's as good as it got. Was like,
yeah,
I can listen to this. It's okay. Like the Wallflowers, Foo Fighters.
I love the Wallflowers, the Foo Fighters.
Some of that stuff. It was okay, especially when you compared it to friggin' Creed and.
Well, yeah, and then you have the just goddamn beautifulness of Jacob Dylan, and it's just like you're like,
that's not. I'm not into that at all.
I have that, so. Love it.
Well, more for you. I mean, if we ever are out together and we see Jacob Dylan, be assured he's all yours.
It's all mine.
I'll even play Wingman if you want.
I want him to sign my albums and CDs first, and then you can have them.
Those first 2 Wallflowers records are really good.
Then I got this. This is a duplicate. I already had this, but I didn't have this cover. So this is another reissue of Bad Brains, Rock for Light.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. The
Classic
Blue Note rip.
African American punk band of this is 1983. They never really released anything, so all their vinyl releases afterwards were all later, and they were made up of the singles that they made, various tapes of. I don't even think they had any singles released. Maybe somebody out there knows.
Yeah.
But that's what I spent all my money on at that store, and price tag was big.
It was. It was a fun day. We had a really good time, and then afterwards we all went and got a little food and some beers at a place down the street from Richard's house, and it was really good. Great beers. And it was nice, really nice. Sat outside. It was a beautiful Chicago afternoon. And
JJ
time.
apparently saw dick marks with a gay person.
That's a good time. I held the door for dick marks. I held the door
in the notebook
twice.
I would go by Richard too if my name was Dick Marks.